Okay, hello and welcome back to yet another video from my TDTube, and in today's video I think I have discussed this character before. Jiraiya. I think I've discussed him before, but this time I have a completely another section. Yes, I'm reading the manga from my phone, and this is the section of it that I'll be using as my points, which I also have in the book here. So with that said, I guess that's the whole premise of this video. Let me read the quote so that you can have an insight of what I'm going to be talking about, and then we can get into this video. Obviously, after rolling the intro. So with that said, let me read this. Once you have been hurt, you learn what it is to hate. On the other hand, if you hurt another, you become hated, in addition to shouldering a sense of guilt. Interesting, isn't it? Said and explained, we can roll the intro. What was that click? That was horrible. That was also really bad. That's better. I didn't read the full thing. That's just like a section of the page. The rest of it is, but it is because one understands such pain that generosity towards others becomes second nature. This is what it means to be human. Being hurt is the first point, which this is not the most happiest or joyful video I've done, but it is a pretty interesting concept. Personally, when I was reading, I was like, let me make a whole video about this one quote. And with that being said, being hurt obviously leads you to understanding, and understanding that, oh, well, this is life, some things happen, and it also leads to more knowledge. For example, to be honest, it really does. It's not just hurt, because yes, being hurt may be an experience, but you're not just hurt in this life. In this life, you exhibit or experience more emotions than just pain. And each and every single one of these emotions and experiences can lead to like a different outcome or a different viewpoint on this world and our life. It's not just a physical sort of sense. It can also be like a mental or psychological. Anything that really can change a person's persona, personality, or ideals is what I'm talking about right now. So the thing is that we can experience and exhibit different emotions, and that can lead to our view on life in general. I guess that really completes point one. Point two I put down is hating. I have touched hatred on this channel a little bit, and I'm sure that it's not even scratching the surface. I'm basically just putting in philosophy from anime, which of course is nothing bad, but the thing is, hate in itself is a very strong emotion that requires something like not extraordinary, something big to happen to you, something that will change you or change your ideals. So something major, that's what I'm looking for. Something major has to happen for you, for that emotion to be exhibited. Being just as complex but still the opposite of love, hate is a interesting emotion that we may rather use the word too blatantly, or something that is not used a lot because it's a very deep emotion, which can be projected towards groups of people or just a single person, depending on the circumstances. Specifically in Naruto. But I don't really know what to talk about for hating, because I've talked about it so much. The cycle of hatred was I've mentioned many times, and that's basically what I'll go with. But in this chapter of the manga, which I still have on my phone somewhere, yeah, there we go. Or on this page, to be more specific. Yeah. Once you have been hurt, you learn what hate is. Once, alright, let me go with that because I don't think I've touched that. Once you have been hurt in any way, could be emotionally, physically, mentally, you will now learn and understand not the true meaning, but even a slight glimpse of dislike or hate towards the other person. I can't tell you that, oh yeah, hating is just a waste of energy. It is, personally, but we do oftentimes feel some sort of resentment to other people for what they have also in turn done to us. It's more like a give and take thing, because you won't randomly just hate someone for no apparent reason. You'll have to have a specific reason, otherwise it doesn't make sense for you to feel such strong negative emotions towards that person. The thing is, something must have happened for the person to feel this sort of emotion. You can see it as like your own personal karma towards somebody else. The thing is, you won't just, again, like I said, randomly go ahead and just hate somebody for no apparent reason. Something or some events must have transpired. Rather that, or you just, yeah, I mean, something must have happened in turn. Yeah, it's basically like karma. I guess that wraps this voice note up, and back to the video. And if you yourself go out and hurt another person, you then experience or become hated, such as just as Jirai said, and in addition to the sense of guilt. I guess that really sums up point number 2. Not something I can touch on more because I've said so much about it already, but that's basically all I'm going to say for point 2. For point 3, this is, I don't know why I like cut the quote in sections. I put being hurt, hating, hurting others, and becoming hated. Then I thought I could make a whole video about that. Okay, Matthew, okay. But the thing is, yeah, hurting others. Okay, this really should not be a point, to be honest. Hurting others, obviously, you're now portraying, how should I put this? You're portraying your own emotions to others. You're portraying the facts that I've heard many times that what you do to others is not what you want to be done to yourself, but is how you feel yourself, apparently. But the thing is, I mean, that can be true in some cases, and hurting others then leads you to being hated, and then it all comes in terms of the cycle of hatred, because it's basically the whole, it's the pain arc, and it's just before Jiraiya's death. But yeah, so it all really coincides with each other, basically. And for this one, hurting others really then, of course, like I said a little bit earlier, leads you to being hated. And that I will add in the voice note, because I know now when I need to stop. Okay, I don't know why I needed to stop. That was actually a pretty simple note, so something really, really simple, which I will wrap up in the quickest way possible. I mean, okay, how do I explain this without making it blatantly obvious about what I basically just said without repeating myself? If you do something to somebody that is violent in any sort of way, they will, as I've basically been repeating myself half this time, they will have some sort of resentment or negative emotions and feeling towards you, and will set out to seek their own sort of justice and revenge, to find inner peace in themselves, and have that sort of what's the word, that sort of just yes, that rest, that's yes, I've done this, I have avenged, yeah, like more or less like revenge in a sort of way. Yeah, so with that being said, let's go with the 4th point, then the conclusion, and then this video is over and done. And I hope you've learned something from this video. I know we're like technically halfway, but what are your thoughts, really, from the points that I've already given out? What are your thoughts? Yeah, becoming hated, again, this coincides with the last point, which is hurting others, then leads you to yourself being hated by others. And yeah, this, I know when to stop, and right now I don't really have a full on point for this, so I'll just leave it to like 2-day future of myself. So just add a voice note, and that will be the case, and you'll be listening to another voice note right about now. And I guess that being said, that leads us to the conclusion. Actually, okay. This is more or less a question than a conclusion, because this is not something like a conclusion for. Is there an end to a psychopatron? Can it necessarily be stopped? Yes, sort of. There were seen to be actually zero contradictions. Pain, philosophically, that's like dominating Naruto, and like he really did not have an answer to Pain's psychopatron. So is there really an answer to this? Is what I'll be leaving with you. If you want to answer in the comments, I would appreciate that. Hope you like, subscribe, comment, share if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good day. Peace.